There's been another shooting at another big box retail store. Remember, the good woman with a gun who shot up a Home Depot a few months ago. This was a 47-year-old woman with a gun who shot at a suspected shoplifter at a Home Depot in Auburn Hills, Michigan. Police said that they saw the woman basically see someone leaving after presumably being thought of as a shoplifter and starting to haphazardly fire in their direction. She was ultimately charged in Auburn Hills, Michigan. We now go from Michigan to Texas, where police in Belmead, Texas, are looking for another woman who shot at an unarmed would-be purse snatcher in none other than a Walmart parking lot. Other bystanders were pursuing the man. According to KWTX, the man snatched the purse of an elderly woman as she and a companion were unloading groceries in the parking lot. Between 4 and 5 men tackled the thief, pinned him to the ground. However, he was able to break loose, at which point a woman who was standing by and pointing a gun at both the thief and the pursuers as they wrestled with him took a shot as the suspected thief started to leave. The man was not hit. He did stumble after hearing the shot and was once again tackled and captured. Now, the woman can be seen in video that has been released, which we will not be playing because it's from a local news station, and they really like to make life difficult for shows like ours who use their clips, but you can find it online. The woman can be seen calmly just walking away, holding the gun in her hand before reportedly just getting into her truck and driving away prior to the police arriving. Police are looking for this woman. Police have not tracked down the woman. The suspect they have, the woman has not been tracked down. And any information that people can provide, the police are very interested in hearing. This is a perfect example of why the more guns in more places crowd is sort of living in a fantasy world of how you can just stop the bad person with or without a gun, whether or not the bad person has a gun. In this case, they didn't. How you can just use a gun to stop them. By sheer luck, Lewis, nobody was hurt as a result of this woman shooting, including innocent bystanders. And what effectively ended up being a warning shot, right? I mean, a shot that startled the suspect, but did not actually hit him, made him stumble and fall, and then he was caught. This is just horrifying, right? You go to Home Depot, and shots are fired in the parking lot. You go to Walmart, and you've got shots fired in the parking lot. This is way too common. Shots in the parking lots of big box retailers.
Yeah, it's a nightmare situation. I mean, the second she pulled that gun out, she was more deserving of getting tackled, or equally deserving of getting tackled, that as the shoplifter or the purse snatcher was, Dave. You just have idiots everywhere, and idiots with guns is not a good thing.
No, it's incredibly scary, and time after time, and we spoke to Lad Everett about this from the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence just a few weeks ago, that the good guy or good gal with a gun scenarios are typically fantasy land scenarios that don't translate into more safety in the real world, particularly here, a crime, a purse snatching, an unarmed purse snatching of an elderly woman, absolutely horrible. But when you've got 4 or 5 people wrestling with the suspected perpetrator, I don't know how introducing a gun and firing that gun in a crowded parking lot is going to increase the chances of what we would call a good outcome in this particular case.
Yeah, and from reports pointing that loaded gun at the entire crowd as they wrestled on the ground. I mean, that's rule number 1. You don't point the gun at really anyone.
Right.
And it never should have been out in the first place, Dave. I hope they catch her, and I hope she does time.